Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Tyler. I want to make this announcement to all of the new subscribers who have just recently subscribed to the channel, and all of those who have been listening to me for quite some time probably don't even know this at all. I want to invite all of you to my podcast, which is in the description link down below, and you can click on the app and you can download it at fmanchor.com, which where my podcast is at. If you don't want to do it on FM Anchor, FM Anchor has some other ones where you can download it at, which is Spotify, Apple, or Google, so that you can listen to me however much or however long that you want to. And yes, all of my podcasts is for free. And so I'm just inviting all of those who don't even know about my podcast, and all of those who have been listening to my podcast. I want to tell you this. I have been doing more podcasts, so be on the lookout for more podcasts over there, because I'm going to be more active on my podcast than ever before. So it frees me up from not dealing with trolls or anything like that, and I can put stuff on there that I'm not going to put out here on YouTube at all. So I'm just telling all of you to go visit my podcast, all of my subscribers and all of the newbies. And you can click on the description link down below so that you can go visit. And yes, I've already put new podcasts up during the week some. So let me go on ahead and get into this video. When someone leaves you high and dry, the one who does that doesn't even understand it's extremely disrespectful on their part to do that. And you know why? It's because that person does not even realize how much you had made that person as a priority. You didn't have to go out your way for that person, but you did. Out of love, you wanted to spend time with that person. You actually wanted to have a actual relationship or friendship, depending on what it is. Want to get to be around that person more. But in actuality, in this world today, a lot of people who enjoy leaving someone high and dry, no call, no show, think that it is extremely okay, and not even thinking about the sacrifices of what someone else had to go through, even though that they didn't have to do it, in order to spend time or be in their presence, in order to want to get to know them more and to be around them way much more, so that the bond with the friendship or the relationship can grow stronger. But I'm going to tell all of you something. Whenever that someone leaves you high and dry, it's telling you where their actions is at. Wherever their actions is at is where their priority is. And I'm going to tell you, like I said before, it is not on you. So for all of the people who love to leave other people hanging, no call, no show, out of extreme disrespect, whenever someone had went out their way to want to spend time with you or to get with you for that particular purpose, how would you feel if it was someone you prioritize, and then that same person did the same thing to you? How would you feel? It's just like I had a person get mad at me some time ago. We all make mistakes. I'm not going to deny that at all, but I'm going to tell you this. Yes, things come up. That's not a mistake. Something happens out of the blue. That's not a mistake. Now, this is where not the mistake is at. is what I'm explaining is you should have enough responsibility as an adult to explain to the other person what is going on, either the next day or either 5 days of whatever that has happened, to tell them something has majorly happened. And when you do that, that tells you that you are a responsible adult. You are taking responsibility for yourself. You're not going out there, sitting there, lying to that person at all. And you explaining to them that this has happened. And you know, when you go and explain that to a person, it shows you that you are putting that person as a priority. Now, if it's something that is constantly ongoing, there is something wrong. And you know the reason why is because that's telling that person you're just making up constant excuses not to spend time with that person or not to be around that person. And your priority, which is your actions, are somewhere else. It's somewhere else. And it's mainly a lot of times with another person or with doing something else. So it's extremely disrespectful to that person who went out their way for you. And to put you as a priority. And you don't think that person is not going to be real mad if you don't let that person know that something has happened the next day or so? But most people, they do not want to be responsible adults and want to make the excuse, well, everybody make mistakes. No, like I said earlier, you remember, things come up is not a mistake. But you making the responsibility, telling that person or giving it to someone else so that they can tell that person is not a mistake. That's taking responsibility. If it goes so far, if that person is in a wreck or whatever, that person would have heard something. Do you understand me? At least 5 days of what has happened, and that person would have an understanding. So people, before you go leave someone high and dry who has put you as a priority, you better think about when you do that and thinking that the creator of the universe is not going to have it to come back on you. What you do unto others will come back unto you, good or bad. So don't disrespect nobody like that. Act like a grown adult and tell that person what is going on. And don't make it an ongoing thing. Constantly. Yes, every now and then something does happen, is what I was explaining earlier. Don't make it an ongoing thing, because that's going to get that person suspicious of you. So, all of you will know who will put you as a priority, just as you putting them as a priority. If you're putting someone as a priority and that person leaves you hanging in high and dry, you have the right not to deal with that person. You have the right to secretly not cut that person off if that person has not informed you anything back in a 5-day grace period, or if you ain't heard nothing from somebody else. And that's what a lot of people do. They think that it's all right to go and run over someone else and use them to their advantage and then have their priorities somewhere else. A lot of people think that that's all right, but when it come back on them, they want to sit there and be a victim and get mad and get real upset. A lot of people do not like this talk. And you know the reason why? It's simply because it's nothing but truth. It offends them. And a lot of people say, How come you don't have more subscribers than what you have? Because a lot of people don't like my talk. They do not like my talk. We live in a very sensitive ass generation that gets too offended so quickly. But I'm going to go on ahead and cut this video short. I am going back to work, and so a lot of you have a great and awesome day and evening.